Hi, my name is Sam Misla, and this is my third and final video diary for this semester, spring 2014. Um, I would think my study habits are better today than a year ago because, well, one, I'm reading more. I know I've mentioned that in previous diaries, but I am reading the required text for class on time, and I'm, not just skimming over it. I'm taking notes on it, and almost all my classes, and I think that's helped me a lot this semester. Um, as far as exams go, I'm not waiting until the last minute to cram the night before for the exam as much. I'm still doing it sometimes, when I'm pressed for time, but it's not as often. Uh, Thirdly, I am making flashcards more. And that's a really good study technique for me and my specific study habits. I did it a lot in high school, just not so much freshman year of college, so I've been doing that this semester a lot more, and that's been helpful. Um, Not just reading over my notes. If I was asked to teach my favorite class for one semester, I would. That's this semester. It's my political ideologies class, PS 240. Uh, well, I like it for a reason, and I think that's because the professor has a lot of good techniques. One being sometimes when he has a question, like a sponge, opener question, he lets small groups get together and talk about it and discuss it, and then he gives us another shot at it because it's for a grade for the correct answer. Uh, so that's helpful because we get another student's or more students' opinions, and um, you get to just, sort of flesh it out and see what is correct, and you get to know people, which is always good. Um, he's played a couple like game. I don't want to call them games, but they're like activities where uh, they're educational, and it helps you get a better grasp of whatever specific ideology we're talking about. Like I remember he did one where we all bet fake money, and it was sort of to show us how people react without a central authority, which is what anarchy is essentially. So that was really interesting, and it helped me learn a lot. And maybe a third thing I would do would be bring in a guest lecturer because he hasn't done that, and my previous classes have, and it's been really helpful. Not necessarily because the professor's bad, but it's always good to have a another professor who's maybe an expert in the specific thing we're talking about at that time, or it's always to get a better. It's always good to get a fresh outlook on something. Um, the worst class I've took over the past 2 years would definitely be Spanish 102, which I'm taking now this semester. My teacher and I just don't see eye to eye on a lot of things as far as teaching styles, and um, well, that's about it. But and he is a TA, so if I could be a TA in that class to help out, um, I wouldn't be. I would rather be a professor teaching that class. But he is a TA, so if I had his job, um, I would answer my students' questions, not more thoroughly than he does. Um, he never asks if that answered their question. He sort of sometimes just doesn't answer the question well at all. And I wouldn't always rush through things or necessarily go by the book all the time because he does that a lot. And although the class is a night class and it's an hour and 15 minutes, he always brushes through. And if people have questions, not he doesn't necessarily take them seriously because he wants to rush and get through the material. And I would probably grade more easily. I know that sounds like a cop out, but still an intro level class, and he's been pretty ruthless as far as grading goes. I think that's it.